along the river towards Medicine Hat, and we searched quite a large area immediately, hoping to find the victim. Now our search has concentrated a little bit more around where his last known location was. So right now we're using sonar to search the river. The river is very murky, visibility is very poor, the water is high, the water is extremely fast, and from what I understand, we have worse conditions on the way. So the next few days, the water conditions are going to actually worsen and make things much more difficult. The water's going to get harder to handle in a boat. It's going to be higher, even more murky. So that's where we're at now. Conditions, our search in that effect is going to continue like that until we get a clue or something that tells us to do something else.
Air assets have not been brought back for the search today, I understand.
No, not today. It's wise to use your assets to what they're good at. Air assets are great from in the air to spot anything that you can't see from a viewpoint of land, but they're no good if they can't see the water. The water's just too murky. So if the water clears up, we're going to think about the use of air assets. They're still not ruled out, but we're going to focus more on assets that can see underwater, and that's going to be sonar.
And that has to do with the focus of the search shifting towards more of an underwater focus at this point?
That's correct, yes. Typically with a search is two-dimensional, and once you go over an area, you're fairly certain that the person you're looking for is not in that area. When you have a three-dimensional search like water, and water that you can't see into, and at the same time it's moving at a rate of about 5 kilometers an hour, that really makes things difficult, and you have to search that same area over and over and over again. And that's what we're doing. The river in that area has been searched extremely thoroughly by air, on foot along the shore, and by boat. And so far, nothing that is in plain view has been found. So our focus is now where we can't see, and that's underwater.
Are you guys planning to move the search area a little bit for like ground search or anything like that coming up?
For ground search, no. All the high priority areas that we figured would be useful with a ground search have been searched, and they've been searched thoroughly. And that's been by CSAR, and they're well-trained searchers. They know what to look for as far as clues, and they didn't find anything.
At this point in time, is there any kind of guideline for how much longer you guys will continue to search?
Yes.
You know what, I've been asked that a couple times now, and that's something definitely we have to think about, but there's no guideline. We're going to search. We have areas that we want to search. We know how well we want to search them, and we're not going to stop until those areas are searched. At that point, then we're going to have to reevaluate as a team. We'll do it as a team. Myself, search and rescue, fire department, and the family will be included in that as well. And we'll reevaluate where we're going to search and how hard we're going to search and what we're going to search with.
How is the family holding up through all this? They came yesterday. Came in from BC, I understand. How are they holding up?
Yeah, they're extremely. I was speaking to them since the search started, obviously, and speaking with them today. They're simply extremely grateful for all the assistance they've been given from the community here.
I know I should have asked this earlier, but foul play has been ruled out entirely, right?
Well, no, you don't rule out foul play until foul play's been ruled out. It's not something that we're focusing on, though, no.
I know you mentioned there's a few areas you guys really want to make sure that you search thoroughly before getting to that point where you might have to reevaluate. Do you have any idea of how long that might take for you guys to search those areas that you guys want to make sure you check on?
I have no actual idea on how long that's going to take. There's a number of factors. Resources are going to come into play. Right now we only have one boat on the water, and that's the fire department. Our search and rescue boat is not on the water right now due to resources. We just don't have the manpower. The guys that have been manning that boat have been manning it nonstop with little sleep, and they need a break, and they still have jobs and stuff to go to. They're volunteers. So we have those guys coming back though this afternoon. There's also another boat coming this afternoon as well. A local volunteered his services, and he asked me if he could come out, and I told him, we're not going to stop him from coming out if he wants to come out, as long as things are safe. So we even have that. So it's depending on that. We've been pushed off the water twice now due to weather. Last night we had a very severe storm come in, and the guys got off the water just in time. We don't want anybody else getting hurt or injured, so we want to find our victim as soon as possible, and we want to make sure everybody else is safe doing it. I should note the water level is expected to rise, and anybody thinks of going on or near the river, they should rethink that this weekend, because even though it's going to be nice, the weather is going to be nice, the river conditions are going to be terrible and very dangerous.
I know you said that the name